Welcome to Therapy Through Cards. Welcome to your reading tonight. It is the evening. It is about, my goodness, like nearly 9 p.m. And I would never ever do a reading this late, ever, unless I was like completely in the mood. Like I have to be in the mood to do a reading when it comes to the evening. And tonight is not the exception. I actually don't feel like doing a reading, but Spirit is like pushing me to do a reading. So when that happens, it doesn't happen often, I listen to it and I just kind of do it despite whether I feel like doing it. But usually if I don't feel like doing a reading, I'll get into it and then I will start to like be into it, just how it works. So we're doing something a little bit different tonight in your reading. Before I tell you what the reading is about, we are looking into the pictures of the cards a lot more than what the words say on the cards. Okay, I want to kind of really focus on the imagery to sort of bring out my channeling and kind of see what Spirit wants me to say in regards to the pictures as a prompt. Okay, so this is kind of a very, how do I say it, like moody aesthetic in my feelings. Let's see what comes through my stream of consciousness. It's that kind of vibe. If you're into that, this is a reading for you. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. It's what I was called to this evening. So we do have a little bit of a different kind of layout tonight. We've got images that they are my images. I'm going to paste them in my scrapbook because I'm obsessed with pins. So I thought, well, I'll just choose some and you guys can just pick the image that you're drawn to. It doesn't have much significance, just these pictures. The other pictures on the cards will. This is just for you to choose. So whatever image you're feeling right now, go for that image because this is about what you're feeling. I really want to get into your feelings for this video, for this pick a card specifically. Or you could choose from the little items we have here, the black clip, the little love heart charm, or this glittery, shimmery, it was an earring, but it broke. It just looks really cute, so I put it there. End of story. So, guys, use your intuition, choose the picture that grabs your attention, let's get into it. Okay, I didn't even, part number one, if you chose this picture, I didn't even say in the intro, what this reading is all about, which is interesting. It's kind of like maybe Spirit wants me to make it a mystery. But what we are looking at in today's pick a card reading, pile number one, is what are you soon about to discover? And I'm just leaving it that open because I want to see. It could be maybe something you're discovering about yourself or something you're discovering in your physical world or something you're discovering about someone else. But we'll see. We'll see what comes through with the cards and the pictures. I'm so excited. Okay, so you choose this beautiful girl. I think she's getting ready for a really nice day or evening. But she's putting on a lipstick. She looks really cool. I love her outfit. She's got really long hair as well. Wow. Okay, so we're going to put her there. That's the image you chose, and you chose this sparkly little, glittery little charm. And I nearly forgot. This is a major arcana in tarot. Okay, and it's big. And we're going to have a look at it. It's going to be part of your great discovery. I don't know whether I want to reveal it now or once I get all your cards laid out. Oh, what do you think, Spirit? Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a major arcana. It's going to be big. It's going to be big for your whole reading. The world. Wow. Okay. This is big theme for you. We're going to get to that in a second. You chose the world. If I put it there, do you think it's going to get on fire? I'm not sure. Ah, I gotta put it there. You can see her legs. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get your cards. I'm gonna use tarot. I will use tarot, but wait till I get these other decks out. The imagery is insane. Always gets me into like different, I don't know, a different way of seeing the world. A different way of seeing the world. Oh, Spirit, you're funny. Okay, so you could be discovering a different way of seeing your reality. Okay, that could definitely be coming through. So let me kind of get into your energy. That's what I really want to do with the channeling this evening. I want to get into your feelings. Okay, the heart came out immediately. There's something here. Oh, so I'm just going to channel whatever comes through. Take it or leave it. It's up to you, okay? Spirit just told me a throbbing heart. A throbbing heart. It's interesting though, because this throbbing heart doesn't give me a sense of it is throbbing for a person, which is interesting because it kind of, sometimes when I hear or I sense that there is like matters of the heart, it usually is tied to love, relationships, people. But I feel there's something going on with you. Just give me a second. Like, I'm trying to channel a lot for this reading because I feel like it. Okay, I'll tell you what Spirit is giving me. Spirit is giving me this image of like a detective. There's some sort of groundwork that you're doing, or there's some things that you want to really pay your finest attention to something. It's getting me this feeling of you are not missing any little detail. That's what I always like about the detective energy. It's maybe you are looking into things in great detail. There's definitely this level of layers to you. Spirit keeps drawing me to your picture here. Not so much the world. The picture that you chose. And I said to you, it's not much significance. It's just the picture that you chose. But Spirit's placing some importance on it. I'm getting this interesting feeling of you have a lot of different personalities within yourself, okay? And we all kind of have our different archetypes and different energies that we show to different people or to different situations or experiences. They're like little, I feel like they're little people and they come out to play. Spirit did say you're trying on new hats. So you could be trying on new roles. But it's interesting how it's coming through with the discovery. So you may be trying to discover the right hat to wear that suits your personality. There's something here about just exploring and getting creative and finding a part to play in life that makes you feel the best. I'm also sensing here with this image, I don't know why Spirit keeps making me I'm gonna show it to you. There's something about okay, this is emotional. Like, this is coming through. This is a clear channel. Some of you guys may feel like you want to fit in, but you don't at the same time. It's kind of like an emotional, I know that I love myself and I accept myself, but I still have to kind of associate with the outside world and other human beings, and I have to basically deal with all those little interactions. And I want to find the hat to wear that makes me feel comfortable with being myself and being with other people at the same time. So this is kind of giving me the energy of like, how can I be confident in who I want to express myself as while I'm with another person or with many people. Like, there's something about congruency of self-expression with more than one person. And I know that may sound a bit like, what the fuck are you saying? But it's like going back to the whole lots of different personalities and feeling like you want to just kind of express a little bit of maybe yourself in this way in one moment and yourself of that in another moment. There's some sort of struggle here, okay? But it's a struggle that's going to lead you to a discovery of how you best relate to everyone in the same way. So this is about not being, okay, try to explain it simply. This is it, simply. You don't want to have to kind of make an effort when you're socializing to be what you think that you need to be. And I think this is where it's coming in, like, this is like deep internal stuff that you may not even be completely aware of, where you're just like having a struggle with being completely comfortable in yourself when you're socializing with people, because there's so many different kind of masks that you think you need to wear, or there's just some sort of struggle with being completely who you want to be with everyone, because every interaction is different. Every interaction brings out a different side of us, a different part of us. And I'm sensing here deeply that you just want to be the same with everyone. And that same that I'm talking about is giving me this nostalgia of like safety and comfort and how do I say this? Familiarity. You want that consistency of being able to connect the same with everyone. So I think that takes a real strength and inner core and sense of who you are. And I think this is what you're discovering. What is that anchoring of yourself that you give to everyone that is the same? So that comes down to a whole lot of self-acceptance and a whole lot of not hanging around people that are not aware of themselves or have some sort of level of strong sense of self themselves. And this strong sense of self, okay, I'm not talking about your moods, because your moods change and everything, right? We all play different archetypes. But what I'm talking about is something a lot more rooted, which is like even deeper within yourself, that you can access every time you're in a social situation or connection, or when you're dealing with another person. And I'm so interested to see what comes through the cards. And when I look at her, I kind of feel like maybe she's looking in a mirror, but we just can't see the mirror yet. We can't see the mirror in this picture. We can only imagine that she's looking in a mirror. This is quite a complex discovery, but I feel here that you're gonna find a aspect about yourself. I really want to say, because this is a really complex kind of idea or concept that I'm trying to convey to you, but I want to try and do it in like general terms or like basic basic expression. So there is going to be a part of yourself, deeper, okay? Let's go through all the layers. Something that I would say is connected with your soul, which you can rely on, who, I'm going to call it a person because this is the best way to describe it. It's what you're going to fall back on. I'm kind of feeling like it's a security blanket, and it's not something that you're pretending to be. It's part of your real soul. It's part of your soul, okay? Not your real soul. It is your soul. It's an aspect of yourself that you're going to bring forth that will help you be true to yourself in every situation that you connect with a person. Because I think this is going to be such a huge discovery with knowing that you relying on this part of yourself or this aspect of yourself that doesn't change in every single social situation will be some sort of relief to you. It will be probably the best form of connection that you'll have with everyone. So the benefit of this, we'll have a look at the cards in a second. I know this is a long channel, but this is something I just really need to share with you guys, is the benefit of you accessing this deep-rooted part of yourself that never kind of changes, and you can just share with everyone the same. It never leaves you astray. It won't let you feed into other people's projections. It won't let you become anxious if you get socially anxious. It will boost your confidence. It's almost how I can describe it. Like, Spirit is giving me this image of an egg, and like, I don't know where this egg's gonna come from. It's coming from, but it's almost like an egg, which the universe was made of, or something. It's kind of giving me that energy. It's like where everything came from this one egg. Everything is made of what's inside this egg. And you can trust it. I mean, another example would be a seed, like a deep-rooted seed within your soul. I think I'm just trying to describe this aspect that you're going to discover about yourself. And it's going to help you make life a lot more enjoyable for yourself. So the benefit is if you're in distress or if you're feeling crap or shit in any sort of social exchange, any socials, you go back. You reflect back on this aspect of yourself that is never changing. We could call it a value. We could call it a deep-rooted belief. We could call it an archetype that is like a dominant archetype. We could call it spirit. But I feel like it's a lot more defined and it's a lot more personal and it'll be different for each of you. You know, it could even be an affirmation. But it has to be something that embodies your whole being. Like, it has to be something, like, I want to know what the cards have to say. But it's almost like this is the way that you're going to discover how to be true to yourself and how to let that truth in yourself flow with every connection. And it's cool because if you can do this, if you can sustain this, then you don't get lost up in other people's worlds so much, into their moods, you still be able to be receptive and care and everything. But this kind of anchor that I'm feeling for you guys is going to help ground you back into your truth. Like, this is a huge truth that you're discovering. And with the World card, I kind of feel like it's your place in the world. It's like who you want to be in the world and how other people react to that expression of you and your truth. So we're going to discover what your truth is, which is your anchor for you to make sure that you have this anchor activated in every single social situation. Because that is going to honestly save you a lot of issues. That's what Spirit's trying to say here. It's going to take you far in life and in the world. It's almost like you know your place in the world. Let's have a look at the cards. I hope you understood that. I know that was very a bit abstract and a bit out of this world. Let's have a look at the cards. Let's see what's coming through. What are you about to discover? I'm going to kind of use a lot of the cards tonight. That's how I'm feeling. Didn't I say something about a heart? What did I say about the heart? I said something about the heart, didn't I? What did I say? A pulsing heart. Is that right? Yeah, I'm turning them all over. I just feel like it. I feel like I want to connect all the cards into like one big picture. I'm gonna have a look. Look at the colors. You guys can look at the images too, all right? And pay attention to how they affect you or how they impact on you. Oh, wow. Okay, so we have Prince Charming down here. Sorry, I was like, interesting how you got Prince Charming and you've got the heart, but we'll get into this. So, yes, this is definitely about relationships. I wonder if you guys can pick it up. There's a counterpart here in your tarot. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Counterpart. So this could be definitely, counterparts don't have to be a personal romantic relationship. It could just be a relationship. This is about relationships. I don't know if, but it's about you discovering. I want to put it so you guys can understand, maybe like a solid sense of identity of who you are. And there's this one attribute that I'm going to get from your cards, depending on the storyline that comes through, that you're going to keep. And I know that it'll be different for all of you because you're all different. You know, you're all different. You come from different backgrounds. You've had different experiences. You've lived, I don't know how many lives. Some of you may have lived 2 lives. Some of you may have lived, I don't know, 10 lives. So there's all these factors. But what I can see is that you're discovering the love for yourself, because when you step into a truth of yours, which is, I want to really find what it is for all of you, but I can't do that. That's impossible. But you will with this transformation. When you do that, when you really become truthful in all your relationships and connections, and I'm not saying that you're not truthful, but there's this commonality, okay? There's this pattern that you pick up of yourself acting, and it feels really good, and you do it with everyone. I mean, it could just be unconditional love, but I feel like that's what we're made of. This is something deeply personal, and it's tied in to your identity, like deeply. So it will be different to all of you. And we have 7 cups over here. So cups, different choices. All these cups, different objects, different items. So it's just telling me this is like the variety. This is, okay, which identity am I going to choose? Am I going to choose, oh, I'm passionate. The passion is the attribute that I want to consistently bring forth and act on in every social situation or connection. You know, in my family connections, in my love life, in my friendship circle. Because I think doing this, the whole point of me bringing this through, especially because it came through as a channel, is to help you gain a sense of groundedness within who you are in the world, and to eliminate confusion, to eliminate taking on energies that are not yours, and having it's almost, spirit's almost telling me like a drawing board to come back to. You know, when things feel a little bit off, when your energy feels a little bit off, you can come back to yourself and be like, hey, was I actually being the passionate soul that I was? That means the most to me. So there is an attribute, okay, that means the most to you. It's right next to the heart. It's so beautiful. Or is it extremes? Do you value being a little bit extreme? Extreme could be, I like to do things all or nothing. So when you're in relationships, you give all of your attention, or you give a lot. Well, there's something here where it's like extreme, because that's what you find as extremely pure and true to you. It's like your truest self. This is about your truest self. You're discovering your truest self, and it's going to give you the love relationship that you've always wanted. Okay, part number one. I'm having a look at your other cards. I'm like just going over them, looking at the imagery. We have a lot of potential candidates when it comes to being in a relationship with someone that you deeply desire, with the fire. We have a lot of fire here. We have Queen of Wands, King of Wands, fire element, passion. Look at this, creative, leader, focus. But I'm not worrying about the words. I'm really looking at the images. Oh, God. Okay. I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking, I'm not looking for love, or I'm already in a really nice relationship. This is about how you can deeply, deeply love yourself by finding this true attribute that's coming through for you to just throw yourself into it. Become one with this attribute that you just honestly know is everything you're made up of. If you were to be a descriptive word, and let's make it positive, guys. Okay, if you were to be a descriptive word, what's the first word that comes to your mind? Is it romantic? Is it generous? Is it passionate? Is it brave? Is it bold? Is it unique? Is it trustworthy? There's something here. And usually the first descriptive word that comes to your mind will be the one. Or you can deeply reflect and come to that conclusion in that way, if you'd like to. But what we have here, guys, is there is a birth of a love that you have within yourself, okay? Which we could say self-love, self-respect, because it comes from you authentically putting this attribute into action consistently with every single soul that you interact with. And doing this here is going to honestly, there's the freaking egg. Fuck, excuse my language, sorry. That is a nest, and that is an egg. That is the attribute, that's the nest. You're giving birth. This is you giving birth to this attribute, descriptive word that is your highest truth, that is your anchor, that you rely on when life gets confusing, when people are investing too much into your world. Because if we think about it, we're just energy, so we're just kind of like bouncing off other energies. And I feel here you are discovering a more practical way of being able to handle this world. Like, there's just this, like, I feel like you guys, it's so interesting. Spirit just said you guys can be easily swept under the rug. And I don't know what that really means, but that's what came through just then. So let's have a look at the images. The images are really important. We have a lot of cup cards. We have a lot of cup cards, and we have a lot of fiery. We have this fiery counterpart, okay, which is telling me the connection. Then we have here, we have a woman with a mask on and a male with a mask on. It's interesting. I kind of feel like this is a darker, shadowy aspect of yourself. It's a lot more mysterious. And here we have this woman with a mask on. And she's wearing white. So I always feel like it's more of the lighter aspect of yourself. So we have two sides of yourself. I feel like this is yin and that is yang. That's just a message in itself, okay? But then we've got, this is a person. This Knight of Cups is a person. He's got a cup for you. You have two cups in your hand. I don't know what gender you are, okay? If you're female, this is you. If you're male, this is you. Regardless of what gender, I was like, the gender thing is just like so freaking confusing these days. But if you've got a penis, okay? This is a guy with a penis, okay? And this is a female with breasts. If you're born, okay, with those parts, human parts. And then we have transformation, which comes after fertility. So giving birth to this attribute of yours is going to change your heart. I feel like it's going to heal your heart. It's going to give you so much love and joy for yourself and for this relationship. Or just many relationships. But I definitely feel that there is potential romantic relationship here that's going to come out of you really being true to yourself and authentic and using this attribute. If you guys already know what it is, put it in the comments and own it. And act on it when you're in a relationship, and especially when you are in your if you're looking for love, okay, definitely do that. We have wishful expectations. Acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. I was talking about the mirror with her looking in the mirror, but we can't see the mirror. This is exactly, this says acknowledge the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. So if you're seeing, I just feel like this is about you seeing a part of yourself or a reflection through other people's eyes that is confusing and that is not truthful, and then you end up kind of trying to people please and like be like everyone else, and it's tiring. That's the sense I'm getting here. So, and how can you authentically have these really nice connections with people if you feel like you're just running off the reactions that you get from them? We have this man here holding a rabbit. He's wearing armor. I don't think the armor really means anything in this picture. It's more about that there is like a ideal romantic partner. Charming. With the loving connection. I feel like this wheel represents, you know, when a hamster is on a reel and you're just going round and round and round. And she's kind of chained to this wheel here. And it's in water, which is always about emotions. There is a lot of emotion here. A lot of running water, which is about, I kind of feel, emptying our emotions, pouring our emotions, like mixing up our emotions with other people. And sometimes when we do that, especially because you have so many cups and they're all in action and moving, sort of, like look at this, all these things coming out of the cups. You've got the moon, you've got the snake, the jewel, the flame, the rose, the water. It's not stable. It's like an influx of like an emotional whirlwind. So when that happens, like this could definitely happen when this would definitely happen in your love life, but it could definitely happen with friends, work colleagues, anyone. But specifically love here, just because we have loving connection. But it could also represent loving yourself, a connection with yourself. It does anyway. So I think what you are discovering is how to not get caught up in other people's emotions and using that attribute as a key to healing your relationships. Because when you heal your relationships, you have to be healing yourself at the same time. You can't heal your relationships without healing yourself, because healing yourself authentically, truthfully. You can't grow if you're faking how you interact with other people. And you're not here because you're going through massive transformation with your heart. You're giving birth here to the egg, which is the attribute. And you're getting a hold of your emotions. Maybe with this cup here, we've got a girl. She's blind, by the way. I don't know why she's blind. I don't know why he has a mask on. It's because these two people are not seeing each other correctly. Not seeing each other truthfully. Honestly. With the smoke and mirrors, there could be some... this man could be seeing this woman in a completely different light than what she imagines. And that is exactly what the Seven of Cups is. Seven of Cups can be extreme illusion, fantasy, wishful thinking. Wishful thinking that is definitely not grounded. It's I'm trying to give an example. I'm going to be this sweet little bunny because that's what he wants me to be. Or that's what I'm feeling in his energy. But it's not something that you really truly identify as a truthful attribute in yourself. I kind of sense here is that with these cups, it's evenly pouring emotions. Like evenly, like a flow of emotions going through that cup. It kind of gives me the vibe of the Temperance card, which is healing and alignment and definitely being in your truth. So, wow, you're discovering the cup here. I love this Seven of Cups because it's a really nice energy of fantasy and illusions and wishful thinking, and it's all up in your imagination. And the benefit of that is you're being called here to bring one of those cups out of your imagination down to the earth, down to the physical. And that cup's going to be like the cup that transforms you and all your relationships in your life. It transforms your world, not just yourself and relationships. This Knight of Cups is also giving me like an offer. I don't know why, it's just giving me an offer. Knights and pages are, all the court cards are kind of like people, I feel. You have a lot of people here. I feel like these two people are the same. Cups are kind, loving energy. We have be kind and loving. This guy, what's he from? What's that movie called? Princess Bride? Is that right? Did I get that right? Yeah. I feel honestly, once you get in touch with this attribute, you will find true love if you're looking for that, okay? He's got a mask on at the moment, and so do you, because you're both kind of like not... You don't really... You haven't kind of seen exactly... Oh my god, that's creaking. Something's creaking. It's giving me the vibe of like love is blind. But real love isn't blind. And I think once you kind of get past the illusions and choose your cup and transform, this counterpart will be very powerful. Regardless, it's any sort of counterpart. And if you're not looking for love, this is just going to serve you in any interaction that you have with a human being. Wow. Pretty amazing discovery. I know that was a lot of my channeling, but I feel here that you have an aspect of yourself deep within yourself that will become birthed here with the fertility and then transform your relationships. Let's get just a few other little cards here. Ooh. These would be just general messages. I know this reading is a long one. I didn't want it to be, but usually when I do channeling, it is. Okay, let's see what Spirit wants to share with you. You have a special mission given by Spirit. Wow. Self-love is required. Yeah, self-love. Let go of the inner critic. The inner critic. Yeah, I honestly feel like this attribute will help you with your inner critic. Do something creative. You have a talent. Lovely. And then people need your hidden wisdom. Give the world access to your inner world. You are an angel. Yeah. We have wisdom here as well, okay? Our intuition knows more than we do. So really hone in on trusting your intuition when it comes to really stepping into your truth. And that consistent truth, which is an aspect of yourself, is the attribute that you're going to deliver in every interaction that you're with. Like, even honestly, bring it up in your mind when you're with someone, and then just honestly, like, throw yourself into the descriptive word, or just apply it to the interaction. Okay, I know that was a very long reading, but I had to share that. Hope something resonated. Feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. And I will see you in another reading, hopefully. Okay. Let's get into pile number 2. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. In today's reading, it's a little bit different. I realized I didn't tell you in the beginning what this is about. I'm going to tell you now. It is all about what you're about to discover. And it's quite open. I'm going to leave it, not as specific. It could be anything. You could be discovering a new aspect of yourself, like part number 1. You could be discovering something physical, tangible. You could be discovering something about another person. Who knows what you're discovering? We will find it out. You chose the heart and you chose this picture, okay? I'm not going to go completely too deep in channeling them unless Spirit really wants me to, but it was just for you guys to choose your pile. So I'm going to put it there. Wow. God, it's giving me this like moody vibe. And under the picture is a major arcana, okay, which plays a pretty big part in your reading. This reading's a little bit different in the fact that I'm kind of going to channel the mood and the feelings and kind of use my channeling in a way that it just kind of free flows from my consciousness. Okay, so what comes through, I'm going to allow it. It is going to be more of a, how would I describe it? A flowing of unraveling emotions. We'll see. We'll see what comes from those unraveling emotions. But yeah, let's have a look at your major arcana and then I'm going to get into it. We have a death. Wow. And I'm also going to be looking at the imagery. I forgot to tell you. Mostly all these cards are going to provoke your messages from the images that I have a look at. So this death card it does kick me in the stomach, okay? It's maybe because of the size of the card, but there's something here about the skeleton on a horse. He's a proud skeleton. He's kind of like, I'm glad I'm dead. I don't know why it's like that. But by the way, when I say dead, I don't mean a literal death. This is something where you're evolving and you're changing. I'm sensing just from this image, and it's interesting because I wasn't going to channel, but I'm channeling for this image, is you've got a hold of a part of yourself that was dragging you down, that was bringing you to the floor here, that was like, I can't get up off the ground, I cannot move, I'm paralyzed. But for some reason I feel like this is you. This is you, which is ironic because I would think it would be the other way around, but for some reason Spirit's saying this is you on the horse. This is the part of yourself that you feel you just cannot move or get rid of. And I feel here there's some sort of celebration. It's almost giving me this final moment. The final moment that you've been waiting for. We'll see how this is coming through as what you're going to discover. It could be an ending. For sure, with the death, there is an ending. It is definitely significant, and we're going to get into it. All right. Let's get the juices flowing. I'm gonna get your cards, and we are going to tap into your energy. Pile number 2. What are you about to discover? Very interesting how Spirit's bringing up finances. So what I want you guys to do with my channeling is just to take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Usually my channeling will help connect with the cards, but we're gonna keep going. I'm not doing reversals. Spirit, let me tap in to pile number 2's energy. Okay, this is interesting. Some of you guys are feeling homesick. Let's just come through. Some of you guys may not be at home. You're wanting to be home, or you're wanting to find a place for yourself that feels like home. Okay, so Spirit said to live your best life. You're getting a lot of auditory messages. Live your best life. What else, Spirit? I really want to get into your energy. I'm not... It does kind of give me this feeling of when your thoughts... This is complete channel. Like, this is so weird. When your thoughts are racing, and then time stops and you see all your past flash before your eyes, but you're still alive. It's not like when you pass away and then you see your whole life flash before your eyes. This is, you're actually alive and you see it. I wonder if this is something about a sudden discovery of something painful. It is something painful, guys, okay? But it's the pain that you kind of already kind of knew you were carrying, and then for some reason it just sinks in. It sinks in. Something triggers you, or it could be a number of things, but you just know. It does kind of give me a sense of like remember with the final moment energy that I was feeling from the death. It's like it could be about enough is enough. What else, Spirit? Yours is a little bit like cryptic. Some energies are like that, and I'm like, oh, Spirit. Okay, just let me can you see your cards? Yeah. Let me tap in and feel your energy a little bit more, because yours is a little bit hidden. Yeah. I'm also getting ringing. Massive amount of ringing. And before I got the ringing, it was like, no more. No more. So maybe you're saying no more to something, which then results in you taking charge of this ending, or there being a final moment. I don't know why I'm feeling like you're going to walk away from something, like walk away from something forever. Let's just get one more. I want to get this deck. I haven't chosen this deck. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, Spirit just said take a bow. So this moment that's going to happen, that comes from discovering how a number of things in the past have all led you to this moment. I don't know what it is, but there's something here about having a flash of insight, And usually it comes from pain, guys. So I'm just gonna say there could be some pain that you're carrying right now, which will end because maybe it's just simply facing how the past has affected where you are now. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this energy, guys, but you're discovering some painful truth or some painful, but it's not the painful truth where you're just like, oh, I feel sick in my stomach. Like I said before, it's a relief. It's almost like a release. Like, yes, I knew this was coming all along. It could be the ending of a familiar pain that you're carrying. Let's have a look at the cards. The cards will explain. We'll get more detail. We'll get more. I feel like I have to join the dots with you, especially when I see this King of Swords that has dot hands. He's like trying to break through into like a top-notch security alarm system. I don't know. It is Tom Cruise. You never know what you're gonna get with Tom Cruise, I feel. Okay, you do have two cards that are face up. I'm not really gonna kind of buy too much into them. Usually I do because they're the pick me cards. But I really want to, in this reading specifically, focus on the imagery of all the cards together as a picture, because I really want to focus on the imagery. So I'm going to turn them over. We are going to understand what is going on with your discovery. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, we've got some energies that are a little bit more heavy. But to have the King of Swords, wow. I'm trying not to look at the cards. I want to just want to get all the images. Look at these images. Aren't they just amazing? Like, oh my God, that one's already over. Look at that. Wow. The energy of this card is insane, and it is completion, which is like the same as this card here. So you are triumphantly completing something in your life that has been going on for a long time. Like, a long time. I'm gonna have a look at what it's with. Yeah. Trials. Oh my God. I love it. Can you see both of these figures holding flags? Channel your anger, your trials. Maybe there's deep anger and this is your anger. You triumphantly getting a hold of your anger, if it is. Whatever it is, that's been a result of the past. You're discovering how to get a hold of it and how to end it. Blank point period. Like, when I say end it, it's done. It's done. It's never coming back. It's done. I kind of feel like that's your old self, or the old I don't even know. It's gonna be different for all of you, but whatever is really weighing you down and keeping you stuck, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Is keeping you stuck. I did say finances that came through. could be something to do with your finances. Only because I can see the Five of Pentacles. But the Five of Pentacles doesn't always have to represent money, a loss of money. It's just a lack. It's a lack. Like, I feel that this is your stuck energy, whatever it may be. Struggle, hardship, loss, struggle, hardship, loss. And I kind of feel like I should put that on repeat. Struggle, hardship, loss. Struggle, hardship, loss. You're in the cold. But with the Four of Swords, there is so much in this reading. This is insane. I could talk about all these cards for a very, very long time. But it would be awful to download such a freaking long video. But Four of Swords, okay? Four of Swords is beautiful because it's a meditative energy. It's like forcing you to go within, forcing you to kind of... It's so interesting because I was kind of saying how this is like a flash. You're going to see how a series of events in your past, how it all makes sense. How it all makes sense. And you're going to come to some sort of understanding of... I don't even feel like you're going to have to do anything. It's like a shift. It's a shift in the way you view your struggle here, your trials. It's almost like a click. It clicks in like that. And the reason I say why I'm talking about this Four of Swords is that in the traditional tarot, it's a person lying down in cement. It's almost like they're dead, basically, in cement, and they can't go anywhere. It's kind of like a grave. But I don't mean it literally in that sense. It just... you are basically stuck. And to be stuck in the Four of Swords is great because it's forcing you here to see oh my God, to see your struggles in a way that is going to free you and help you. I don't want to say defeat because I feel like this is more about you just having some sort of deep knowing that the time is right. There's a time element here. The time is right now. The time is right for me now to let go of the past or to let go of your trials. And that letting go puts you on that horse. And it's interesting because it says channel your anger. I'm just going to say channel your trials. Or channel whatever does make you angry. We have the dream here, okay? I'm going to use my number sequences in this reading. I don't really want to, but I will. We have the dream, which is 20, and then we have channel your anger, which is 21. There could have been a dream that you had. Or it could have just even been an ideal. And it didn't go to plan. Think in your past. Far out. This image keeps coming down when I'm talking about it. So it could have been a relationship. Doesn't have to be. All these cards don't give me any sense of it having to be with love, but oh my god, look at this. We have the Four of Cups. Sorry, I'm just looking at all your cards and there's just so much. We have the Four of Cups, yearning, disillusion, and boredom. This girl cannot see this cup here. I think this cup is basically the way you're going to complete the trials. We have two women holding their arms close to their chest. There's almost like an ideal or a hope that was lost. Okay? I know that's heavy. It is. It's true, especially with the dream. But then we have these two powerful cards, and they're from the same deck, and you've got the King of Swords. King of Swords is all about your mind, but this King of Swords is treading carefully. But I also kind of feel like this King of Swords, especially this Tom Cruise, is unlocking a security alarm system to then what will he have access to? It's usually something very, very valuable, very, very valuable, far out. And when we're talking about the swords, what the swords represent, your mind. So there's something here that you're going to have access within your mind that is valuable and that will result in this. And I love how this is your last card. It's your last card. I usually go from here, which is kind of like past, present, future energy. Wow. Okay. Let's have a look at this card here. We have radical curiosity. Seeing as if for the first time every time. I'm going to say it again because I think it's really important for you. Seeing as if for the first time every time. You're going to see something for the first time, guys. But it in a new way, in a different way, related to the past. This is something relating to the past, okay? And with the heaven sent, this is her third eye. Like, can you see the light coming from her third eye? It's just insane. I kind of feel like this is clear clarity. Freedom. And it comes from being in this Four of Swords energy. Still doing the deep inner reflective work. But it's not like you force yourself to do it, okay? I think the Five of Pentacles puts you into that energy constantly. I think for some reason the Four of Swords is like a reminder of the past. A reminder of maybe some... what Spirit's bringing through, it's kind of like some sort of struggle that just keeps happening, keeps repeating. Kind of feels like the same old struggle over and over again. Because like I was saying, I felt like I had to say these keywords on repeat. So with the Four of Swords, you're forced from the Five of Pentacles to kind of surrender at the same time as well. Surrender, because Four of Swords is a meditative kind of energy. And in order to do that, you have to surrender from the struggle. Which kind of puts you into this seeing as if for the first time every time. So there's something new you're going to see about this hardship, this loss, this struggle. And then we go over to this amazing card, which I think is one of your most important cards. And I'm going to read it. Regeneration begins with decay. Renewal. Regeneration is kind of like the death card and the completion. I would say this comes after I think this comes, oh my God, this comes after the completion. After you've accessed this valuable, I don't know what it is, this valuable kind of understanding, the flash that comes to you from maybe you realize something here about why this hardship or this struggle keeps repeating and you cannot end it once and for all. But I think Spirit is telling me here that it has something to do with your curiosity. Like, being curious will lead you to the end of this struggle, to the end of your trials. But also curiosity is just basically another word for remaining open, having an open mind. To allow this click or this shift, I really honestly think it's kind of just like you seeing or realizing the key or something, because King of Swords is like access. What do you need? Like a pin code or a key to get into the valuable information, because Swords is information. So you'll gain that important access to the information that you need in order to end this Five of Pentacles energy once and for all. But it requires you to be in this Four of Swords energy, which is kind of like this picture. Oh my God. He's kind of that guy that was like in the Four of Swords traditional tarot deck, just lying down. It almost looks like he's looking into space. Maybe it's him that sees as if it was the first time an old reoccurring struggle, but he sees it in a fresh way. No. He's about to see something about his struggle. For some reason, I feel like he's going through a struggle. Anyway, this card is really important because it's renewal, which tells me that you will, look at this. You being like set free, or this regeneration, it's just like, I feel like breaking a really stagnant struggle of yours. It only kind of begins in being in the mess, or revisiting the mess constantly, which I would say be the decay. So keep revisiting or repeating this horrible pattern. I know I'm saying that, but then let go and meditate. And when you're meditating, have an open mind and see what comes through, because heaven's going to send you something here. Look at her frickin' mind. It's almost like her mind has been blown. And I feel that maybe this Five of Pentacles or this struggle or this trial is simply just an illusion. Is this so interesting? Spirit just said to me that even some of you guys may just be completely bored, get completely over it. It's just like time has outgrown this struggle. I did kind of say that this was like the key to solving your trial or something. I think I said that. But I kind of feel like that's your struggle. And you have had enough. You've had enough. And sometimes we get to that point of, I feel this Four of Cups is good for you. I don't know why it is, but it's good for you. Being bored of this struggle, hardship, loss is to your advantage. Yeah. And I think this boredom is going to trigger you to see, as if for the first time, like, honestly, I'm just feeling like she's going to get up and walk away. And she's never coming back. I don't know how I feel about that. And it's with the PIN code, the important PIN code that gives you access to your to how you will complete your trials and tribulations, or one in particular. I feel like there's one big hurdle here that just keeps freaking happening and you just cannot get through it. It's like, fuck. But having an open mind is really going to kind of shift things for you. Maybe you just realize, I'm not getting, like, I know that we can experience things in our life repeatedly that are often we struggle with, or are, let's basically say, just struggles. And we get so familiar with it because it's constantly happening that it ends up being somewhat a struggle that we're used to, and a struggle that we sort of, I don't want to say like, because we don't like the struggle, but because it's so much, it takes so much of our emotion, and it takes so much of our energy and our heart, because there's pain in our heart. And that pain is still an emotion, and it's a very strong one, especially if you've got anger. We get attached to that. And there's something here about losing that part of ourselves that is quite meaningful, because it has our vulnerability. So maybe there's something about here about surfacing, or there's something really deep here about vulnerability with that Five of Pentacles. Pile number 2, my goodness. I thought pile number 1 was like crazy, but this one's pretty remarkable. So that is what you're discovering, guys. A way out. A death where you are completing and not being ruled by your trials. I also really like this image of the death guy or skeleton on the horse, because remember what it says here. It says regeneration begins with decay. Decay is on the horse, not the human that I feel is kind of still intact. The decay is here. The decay begins with the decay. Regeneration begins. Yeah. I know that was very specific message, and I kind of explained it you know, quite in depth, but that's really exciting discovery, guys. I honestly feel like for some of you, once you go through this renewal and regeneration and complete this heaviness that you've been carrying for a long time, I honestly feel like these two human bodies will drift apart. No way, I feel like that. And you did choose the heart, so it could definitely be about leaving someone who affected you greatly behind once and for all. That's just a possibility. Just because we have a heart there, it doesn't have to be. It could just represent heartache because of how long you've been standing in the cold. That's coming to an end, okay? Let's get some general messages. These will just be a little bit lighter. What else for pile number 2, Spirit? I'm so tired. I got up at 4:30 this morning and didn't get much sleep. But I just had to do this reading. Spirit was like, you're not going to bed. I don't care if you're tired. Okay, let's have a look at, you've got quite a few intuitive messages. These could be just general messages or what I've been talking about, but I think they're just going to be general for some reason. I just feel like that. Writing and communication. Interesting, it's landing on the King of Swords. Do some journaling, do some writing. I definitely feel that could be really helpful for you. But this could be an area that is your strength, I feel. We have empty. Oh my God, empty your mind, I feel, for some reason. Because it's like seeing as if for the first time every time. But in order for you to do that, you have to empty your mind. And interesting how I'm seeing the dream as like I'm feeling like there's something here about your dream when you're asleep. Okay, let me say this again. God, I need a coffee. I need a coffee, guys. I'm falling asleep. So, and it's interesting, your cards, like the Four of Swords, is like, it's like a resting. Like I want to get into that meditative state right now. You need to develop a relationship with yourself before being in a stable, loving relationship with another. Wow. This is just a message. I don't know if it's going to relate to all of you, but I feel maybe some of you guys still are holding on to a loss from a past relationship. Because there's two women here holding on. They're crossing their arms. The Spirit's saying you need to develop a relationship with yourself, which I think you will. We have lies. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. Lies. With the Four of Cups, there's just illusion. You're going to be illuminated to these lies. Heaven's going to help you see. The light of heaven will help you see these lies clearly. But you have to get into that Four of Swords energy. And then you have renewal, which is beautiful. So when the lies card comes out, I hardly ever feel like it's someone lying to you. I always kind of feel like it's your lies to yourself and catching yourself out on the lies. So you're going to be doing that. That could definitely play a part in this completion. And then you have clairsentient. And it's interesting because channel your anger. Channeling. Clairsentient is all about energies. You can read energies. So there's an energy. Oh my God. There's an energy that is like consuming you from the past. Over and over and over again. It's like you just cannot like kick the energy off you. Yeah, but you will. You're completing it. Or I shouldn't be saying like complete an energy, but you are going to be able to not let that energy affect you anymore. Because when we go over and over and over a certain past hardship, loss, anger, something that makes you angry, a trial, it has to be something that's repetitive. It's something that's kind of like a dominant energy, right? The more you go over it, the more energy you give to it. So it just becomes more of a catastrophe. And I think that catastrophe, the stronger the emotion, or the stronger the energy, it's going to finally hit some sense into you. You're going to find the valuable knowledge that you need. Just make sure that you don't shut your mind off, because with the curiosity, you have to remain curious. Because your curiosity will lead you to this valuable information. And curiosity is about open mind. So pile number 2. I know I sound a bit sleepy and I'm... Please excuse me. I hope there was something in there that resonated. I felt like I had to get that message out. Very important. If anything resonated, feel free to leave a comment, or if you just have any feedback. If you like my style of readings, this was completely different kind of style. It's more of like channeling Like, I'm really listening to what is kind of not being seen in the cards. Like, I'm sort of really channeling in between the lines. That's how I can describe it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already for future readings, and I hope to see you there. Okay, let's get into pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. I will say, I'm just going to excuse myself because I'm very, very tired. I'm trying to get myself, like, to wake up. And it's not tired in the fact that I'm bored of this reading. No way. Far out. I'm literally tired. I'm tired. I got up at 4:30 a.m. to go to work. And far out. It was a horrible day at work. So, like, when it's a challenging day, you get more tired, I feel, for some reason. But Spirit wanted me to do this reading tonight, so it's a little bit different. I haven't even told you what the reading's about, and I'm about to tell you. It's going to be all about what you're about to discover, okay? Whether that's in yourself, whether that's something physical, or you may just discover something about someone else. We'll find out. We'll see what the cards have to say. This reading is a little different in the sense that I'm focusing on kind of my channeling and how the imagery of the cards contribute to the messages being brought through for you. It's really interesting because I was, like, thinking before, like, it doesn't even matter what I say. Like, it really does not matter what I say, because if Spirit wants you to listen to something that comes out of my mouth, you'd be directed to this reading with these messages. So it really doesn't matter what I say. There'll be something in those words that are for you, because you wouldn't be looking at this video or chose this pile if that wasn't the case. So sometimes that really, like, flip, like, that just blows my mind, because it's like I can say anything and what there's going to be something in that is for you in this moment of your life, of your soul's journey. And I don't really need to really focus so much on what I'm saying, which makes it even a little bit more, I guess, intuitive, or that kind of highlights what channeling is about. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to literally do what I usually do, which is tap in. But that thought just, like, flipped me off. I feel like dissociated when I kind of think of that. But you'll figure out the reasons. You know, you'll figure out what I'm saying is important for you or not, because that's your part when you click on a reading, to realize what resonates with you and what doesn't. But there is always something that resonates, because you would not pick the pile that you're meant to pick if there was nothing. That wants you. No meanings here would be meant for you, because you picked on this reading, so there are. You wouldn't have picked on this reading if there isn't anything for you. And I'm so, like, when readers say, I'm going to get into your reading in a sec, but I just have to say this, because it's kind of what I kind of value as a tarot reader, tarot oracle reader, or intuitive reader. is that usually people say, oh, you know, let's just do like a little introduction to see whether this is your reading, or let's if this pile doesn't resonate, go to another pile. I just really, really deeply, deeply believe that if you clicked on a pile, there's something there for you. Not everything, for sure, not everything, but there's something there, like a hidden message from spirit. Or it could be many messages, it could be the whole thing, but there's something there, and it's up to you to find out what it is. So pay attention. I think there's something really important here, because I wouldn't have said that rambling if I, for no reason. So you chose this image here. I'm not going to go too deeply into this. This is just the image that you chose. Throughout the reading, however, if spirit does want me to mention this picture, I will. But we have this girl. She's looking rather, I would say, I'm trying to explain her facial expression. Maybe a bit, I know what you did last summer or something. She knows something, and I don't know, she's like over hearing what this other person has to say to her, because she knows the truth, and she's just like, okay, I'm over it. I'm over listening to you. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how that comes in. Okay, you also chose the hair clip, the black hair clip. And this card is a major arcana in tarot. So we're going to turn it over and we're going to see. I don't know what this major arcana is. I know what this image is, but I don't know any of the others that are face down. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, we've got the High Priestess. Beautiful. And it's interesting how I told you that little spiel about finding some treasure, and there's something meaningful here for you to find, a message, and that's the High Priestess going within, trying to decipher all the potential my god, treasure, you know, making the unknown or the unrevealed revealed. You're revealing the unrevealed. That's what you're doing. What are you discovering? Because that's your reading. I said that. You are discovering the unrevealed. Yeah. Of the unknown, because it's not known yet. So something is going to be revealed. Kind of gives me this energy like you're waiting for it. You're waiting. We'll see what in the unknown is going to be revealed to you. We'll see what... I'm actually really excited to do your pile. Just because I love to discover things that are not revealed yet. And I think your cards are really going to show us more about this unrevealed message, or could it be a message, or could it be a sign, you know, a sign from spirit, because High Priest is very connected to spirit, very intuitive, and there's something, yeah, really I don't know, like holy about her. I don't know why. You can see her. I'll show you her one more time. Her coat is just stunning. it's just so captivating. I also feel you may be quite devoted to spirit. Very devoted. So what I'm doing now, okay, is I'm choosing decks that have very vivid images, okay? And I'm focusing on the images more rather than the keywords or my usual way of connecting the cards, because I really heavily want to focus on channeling the images to get your messages tonight, because that's the mood that I'm in and that's what spirit kind of has led me to do. So we're going to do that. It's going to be fun because I really like connecting with the visuals, because they can give off so much energy, and the messages that come out are pretty remarkable when that happens. Remarkable is the word that I keep saying lately. I just, you know, when you get like, you keep saying a word and you're stuck on it. I'm stuck on that word. I wonder what that means. Maybe you guys are trying to understand a lot of things, like, what does that mean? You know, that's definitely the High Priestess. That could be what you're discovering. I'm intuitively picking your cards because that's, you've got the Priestess. It's interesting because this Major Arcana, I'm not sure whether the High Priestess is you or whether it's just your spiritual journey that you're on, you know. We'll see. The cards will help us clarify that. I'm just trying to think what other ones. I'm going to get you one of these. All right, so let me tap into your energy. Let me try to. We're going to get into it. And we're going to see what comes through. What is coming through for pile number 3, Spirit? Let me tap into their energy. Okay. Oh my God, Spirit's giving me a oracle card. Like, sometimes in my channeling, Spirit's now throwing through cards. Invisible cards, which is interesting because it's not known. It's not known yet to you. It's not here. It's called The Empty Room. It's in one of my decks over there. I want to go and find it, but then that's like wasting time, and we get you some tarot. But basically there's the empty room, and it's just a room. It's black, and it's where lots of things can be seen in the dark. But if you turn the light on, you can't see it anymore. So I don't know, there's something here about the dark. But not the dark in the sense of like darkness, like darker energies. This is more about the unknown, like what hasn't been revealed. There's like the potential, what's not in your conscious state right now, what you cannot see. So there's something here that you cannot see. You're going to discover it, and oh my God, Spirit keeps talking about it. We'll find out what that is. I think yours may be a little bit more tangible, what you're discovering. I think you'll like it, though. I think you're really going to like what you discover. I'm going to get you a bit more tarot. I don't know why I want to get you a lot of tarot. I'm just going to move around things. I'm moving around. Shuffling. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to really just see what comes through. Give me a couple of seconds, and then I'm going to turn over your cards. Okay. All right. So I had to do that. But there's something about here. Haters, okay? Haters was coming in. Something about, I don't know, you have haters on you, or there's some people that hate, or there's something here about hate. And we'll get to that hate. Because I wonder, I don't know, but this hate has something really, really, really important to tell you. I'm going to get the cards and we'll figure out what that hate is. Oh, wow. So this is what you're about to discover. Wow. Your images are not as exciting as I thought they would be, but that's okay. If I'm honest, being honest. Oh. Can you see your cards? I want you to see your images. Because it's, are out. Okay. I do sense that this has something to do with a sign. You are going to be discovering a sign. I'm already seeing a lot of patterns here. Oh. All right. You are the Knight of Wands. You're the Knight of Wands instantly. Okay. There is a card that represents the person that I'm reading for. This is you. There's something here that you want. Okay? It's a desire. Okay? You want to create something in the world. Yours is really, really specific, and it actually is very evident. Like, I really wanted to kind of feel like I could channel through the imagery, but yours is very specific, and it's not allowing me to do that. And maybe because that's what you guys have been doing. And Spirit's like wanting you to kind of maybe take some action. The High Priestess doesn't take much action, guys, okay? It's a lot of internal work, internal processing. It's not this Knight of Wands. The High Priestess understands. I always feel like the High Priestess, okay, yes, she's doing her spiritual work. She's working on her intuition. She's connecting with Spirit, okay? She has the best connection with Spirit and the best connection with the energy of Gaia, okay? The life force. She has the life force, or she's working on developing that relationship with accessing the life force. And when I say life force, I feel here this life force is gonna help you to put something in your physical world, because it kind of felt like there's something here tangible. Like the other two groups, not so much discovering something in the physical world. It was more about themselves. But you know all about yourself. You're the High Priestess. Fuck. Well, you're on this spiritual journey. Yeah. But now it's about, there's something here about you creating the life or the world or the dream life or the reality that you want, because you have the key. You have the key right here. Look at this. What you want wants you. And it's with the world, which is all about completion. Okay. There's something that you want. There's something that you want, okay? You're going to create it. But it's interesting how this creator says no. The creator says no. You can't create this by yourself. Maybe some of you guys have been trying to do that with the High Priestess. Look, I'm telling you, you have a dream. Look at this. Dream a beautiful dream. Then you have the creator. And then you have the world. And then you have the Six of Wands, which is rewards, success. So I am telling you, there's something here with the world. You have the world twice. I'm just going to say it because there's Earth, which is the physical. And there's the world, which is, I feel like, the same. This creator card is giving me the Tower vibes. I don't know why. Maybe for the lightning and the black. Maybe you're saying no to creating, or there's a pause here or something, okay? Eventually you'll realize what you wants you, okay, with the High Priestess. It's just coming to that awareness that you're interconnected, okay? And it's never going to leave you. There's something here. You have a dream, a beautiful dream. What you want wants you. And what you're just going to discover is a way to be able to bring that to life. Because this is life itself. I always feel like this is life force. This is the air that you breathe. It's the oxygen that you breathe. Tied with the Six of Wands, which is victory and success. So, I don't know what it is, but are they like the similar kind of facial expressions? I don't know. Maybe but they're not smiling. You're not smiling. This is like, okay, finally, yes, I know that I have this dream. And this is giving me this. I looked at this before and I was like, that looks like a dream catcher. I'm going to go and catch my dreams now. So, you find, with the Knight of Wands next to what you wants you finally realize this. There's this sort of shift or awakening, or maybe that's what you discover here, okay? But there is 2 cards in this spread that tell me that you can't do this on your own. You have to do it with people, and I'm going to show you it. Conscious connections, and it is necessary to ask for and accept help in order to receive it. So, you're going to have to ask for help. You are going to make the conscious effort to find the connections, to dream, not just dream a beautiful dream, but bring this beautiful dream into all its glory with the Six of Wands. Very specific for you, pile number 3. And then we have this beautiful card here. Clarity, emotions, and harmony. If your emotions have been a little bit all over the place or scattered or not in harmony, once you go after your dream or make the necessary steps, which you will discover, trying to kind of feel a little bit about like what the signs are that you're going to discover, because I kind of feel like there's signs here. I may pull a few other cards for that. But I also feel like with the world and the creator is that you create your reality. You will build the reality that you want. But it comes after doing all this spiritual work with the High Priestess. But I also feel with the High Priestess is that she is this Gaia energy. She can get close enough to the energy of life. But I did refer to this card as oxygen, okay? So oxygen is your life force. What gives you oxygen? What makes you feel alive? And I heard ringing in my ear. So you guys need to pay attention to that. What makes you feel alive? What wants you, wants you. So what do you want? What do you want in the world? What do you want to complete? Yeah. I'm going for your reading because your message is very, very simple. It was like straight out. I saw it in 2 cards. Yeah, this is about you will not be able to. It's almost like a dream that keeps haunting. It's like just lingering around you. May have been lingering around you for a bit, and that's why Spirit's bringing it through. Like, let's bring it into the world now. You have a dream here. You create your own world here. Whatever is that you want, it's there. It wants you to. So now, can you manifest it? Can you like bring it through with the energies of the High Priestess and the Gaia? Because it will be very, very successful. But you need to get help. You need connections. Can't do this alone. You can't do this by yourself. No. It isn't the creator. It's the creators. There's something here about having other people involved. But I want to know a little bit about the signs, okay? That you're going to see, because that just keeps coming through. So we'll get a few other cards. I didn't do this for the other 2, but I'm just going to kind of put it out there as an intention for Spirit. Spirit, what are the signs that they are going to see when you may even get a sign. Like, you may get a sign and then you're like, okay, this is the sign. Now I'm ready to put my dream. Take my dream seriously or build this beautiful dream. Maybe you get a sign that you instinctively intuit that this dream wants you too, because what you want wants you. So maybe you realize that. But I'm going to get a few signs for you. Let's see. I think I might just kind of go... I'm just trying to see whether I'm gonna get other decks or... I'm just gonna use this one. And then I'm gonna use these other ones. These are little ones. Okay, fuck. That was a lot. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're talking about signs that you're gonna see or feel. God. The holy mountain. Wow. There is this person meditating on top of the mountain. Okay, so these are signs, okay? Signs. Okay. Is that like a piece of cloth or something? I never really know what this guy is holding. It really puzzles me. I am gonna go with a piece of cloth. A piece of cloth. Why would you want to move off? Anyway. So, we've got the holy mountains. So, anything to do with mountains, if you see mountains, if you... Just mountains is a sign. Lee, okay, this is interesting. I kind of feel here. I know that this... Oh, it can happen anywhere. But leaves that are falling. Leaves that are falling. That's a sign. Like falling leaves. I don't care if it's not autumn where you are, but leaves fall off trees all the time, I feel. Or just nature falling out of the sky. So if you're... An example would be like if you're walking outside and a leaf falls on your shoulder, or even part of nature falls on you. That's a sign. Then we have over here, feel the fear and do it anyway. I feel like these are all connected, to be honest. Okay. Feeling fears is a sign. If you feel fear, that is a sign to... So funny how it lands on the Knight of Wands. That it's time. It's time to be strong. And I love how this comes through. This, I'm just going to give you two signs here. This actual object, a kettlebell, could be a sign. But I also feel like you have enough confidence here to feel the fear and do it anyway. You're strong enough. So just kind of realize that, I feel, when the fears come out. Just know that you're confident. It's like I sense that with that. I just want to get one more card. What cards do I want to? I want to get you one more. Let's go with this. Let's go with this deck. This deck is pretty good for signs. Spirit, give them one more sign that they're gonna get. Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't say this, but at the beginning of the reading, I saw fire. Well, I heard fire. So anything to do with fire, even if it's like a fire, like a campfire, or just if you see the element of fire, that's a sign. A flame, yeah. Wow. So take note of all those signs, because they could even be connected to the people that come in. It's like, this is really interesting. You may actually be with someone and you're camping and this person lights a fire or helps you light the campfire or something. That person is going to help you with your dreams, and you need to not let them go, okay? If there's someone at the gym I don't know, using a kettlebell. I don't know, if you don't know them and they're a stranger, you don't have to go up to them, but there's something here, there's a sign that they may be significant. So do pay attention to people as well. They could be interconnected and related to these signs, that they're the people here with the conscious connections and assistance to help you build this dream or this world that you want to create. There's rewards twice here. Can you see here? Rewards and Six of Wands, which is all about rewards. And I will say that these two cards are the cards of like recognition, being seen. Like the world, I feel here, is about being seen in the world, especially if it's next to the Six of Wands, which is also about recognition, success, both of them. So I think what you build or your dream, other people will be able to see that or be a part of it, which is really exciting. I'm going to get a few more messages for you. These could be general or anything that Spirit wants to bring through for you. What are they going to discover? Oh, look at that. Okay, guys, this is what you're going to discover. She keeps falling down. We have romance is all yours. We have marriage. Oh. You need a holiday, go and take a getaway with a loved one. And then we have a male. And then we have finances will soon increase next to the male. Could this male be a connection? Interesting. Maybe a romance turns into a marriage as well. It's interesting because like marriage is like the 7th house, and 7th house is all about connections, and it's really interesting how Spirit wants you to be really conscious of the connections that you have in your life or that you make in your life. Okay, your finances will soon increase. That's interesting. On the Six of Wands, could be part of your dreams or what you want. You know, you may want more finances. This could also be what you want, because what you want wants you too. You may want more. You may want romance. You may want marriage. You may want a holiday with a loved one. You may want a male. This one, kind of telling you, your finances will soon increase. Kind of like that's a fact, I feel, which is really exciting. So pile number 3, I'm going to leave your reading there. Yours was pretty specific. So dream big and pay attention to the signs, because I really think that's going to help motivate you or inspire you or something, I get. Make you believe that your dreams are able or they're worthy enough for you to really act upon them with that Knight of Wands, you know, really go after them. And yeah, build that dream life that you desire. Everything that's part of that dream life. All your dreams can come true. That's what Spirit is trying to say here. Okay. I'm sending so much love and light to you guys. If you guys felt like anything resonated, feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you like my style of reading, even though this was like a little bit different to my usual readings, because I just kind of was like drawn to do this kind of style tonight. Maybe I'm just like really sleepy. I don't know, but Spirit wanted me to do this. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for future readings, and I hope to see you there.